question. How is polygamy for you as a person who is used to monogamy?
Ooh, this is a great question. Whoever asked that, who asked that?
Eliana Baca.
Yo, that's a good question.
Yes. Well, personally for me, monogamy didn't work. But I only tried it once. I don't have a huge dating experience. But when I learned more about polygamy and in general, I was like, yeah, this is really, really, really like, it aligns good with my life. And honestly, at first I was like, no, as you said. I was like, no way I'm doing that. No way I'm sharing. But it's really just because the way I've been conditioned. Like, society always says, like, get married with one person. But then he was telling me, he was like, look around. Literally nobody is like, 50% of marriages end in divorce. And then of those 50%, how much of them are actually like faithful? How much of them are like actually loyal to each other? How much are actually like pure? And I was just looking around and like, I could see more bad situations in monogamy than anything. So it's great. I love it. I love having a sister and I love having him around. So I get both. Best of both. Both of them. Both of them.
I like that. Both of them.
I feel like really quick, I want to preface this. Me and Shanice were dating. Like dating, we were not like official. This is my lady. We were dating very heavily, you know, and before Olivia kind of came around, so I feel like her perspective, not that yours isn't valid, but I'm very curious to hear this because it's interesting to see like the transition, right? Because you were kind of coming in and then you had like that whole thing. You were like, she's like, this woman is the most loyal woman in the world right here, right? So she's, when I say she got my back, she has my back. She's very protective of me. So I'm very interested to hear your conversation. Now, I just wanted to preface that for them so it kind of makes sense to them and they kind of understood what's going on.
For me, I'm very open-minded when it comes to dating. When I began dating Sean, on our second date, he told me that he was dating multiple women anyway. And for some reason, I did not react. It was just okay, and we went to sleep. Since then, throughout our dating experience, I never felt that he was lacking in any area, whether he was dating someone else or not. Like I knew that I was his woman. I knew that I had his back, and when I fell for him, I knew that I would do anything for him. In regards to our dynamic, other women was always going to be a thing. For me to be on deployment and our dynamic changing definitely limited the communication, which made it a little bit harder for me to quite understand like what to expect when I got back. And it did take a little while for me to be like acclimated back into society. But otherwise, I love it here. I love this. It is phenomenal. And again, I have his back and I will do anything for him. I trust in him, and with that trust comes my ability to let him and allow him to be and make those decisions. And this is the decision that he has made for our family.
Appreciate that. I appreciate the trust. Thank you. For me, I'm a man, so it came natural, right? But me and Shanice, we always talked about having another woman, maybe like having like a girlfriend, but it was mainly for like sexual reasons. I started studying polygyny, and when I like actually discovered what I found and I realized it's about creating generational wealth, I actually got disgusted at myself. I was like, wow, like what was I thinking? And I met this divine individual here, and it was just like, whoa, like, dude, she's like a prodigy. You know, we're very much aligned on a lot of things, and it was just very interesting. So for me, I think for men, we always want to, you know, have multiple women. I honestly think that's like every guy's dream. Like, if I'm being real, it is every guy's dream. But around here, we turn dreams into reality. You know, that's just what we do. And for me, one thing I want to say as a guy, it may seem cool to like, you know, want to have sex with all these women, but like, it's not about sex, like at all, like at all. It's literally about generational wealth and ethics. You actually have to have higher ethics because you can't be out here just having casual sex, man. Love is law, family is business. It's business, all right? Oh, and if you broke, if you don't make fucking $25,000 a month, you shouldn't even be dating. If you don't make $500,000 a year, don't talk about polygyny. You're fucking broke. Shut the fuck up. You're broke. You can't even lead yourself. You can't lead other people. You're broke. Get your money right. And if you don't know how to, listen, I don't want to shit on you. If you want to know how to get your money right, bring your ass out here to San Diego. San Diego. Beautiful San Diego. You understand? Get a solo job. In 6 months, you'll be making $30,000 a month. It ain't that hard. All right? You guys got to have the humility to say, hey, man, put your hand up and say, I need help, and the courage to execute on what you learn. It ain't hard.
Yes. Crazy. I just wanted to add, I was actually in a monogamous relationship when I came here. It was very different. It was a lot to adjust to, just like Shanice. But the thing is, like, I got to adjust without her being around, so I can only imagine, like, what it was when I was here. Like, he saw it firsthand. For me, it was just kind of like a forethought. Like, I had all this time where you weren't here, so I was like getting more like comfortable with the idea when I was imagining it. But yeah, do you ever get jealous? This is kind of for me, no, because like I said before, like, I'm gonna give something. Go ahead.
Real quick. She came here with a boyfriend. She did not cheat on him. She's a very ethical person. She never cheated on him. I know this wasn't a question. She never cheated on him, right? Ever. She wouldn't even tell me how she felt when she had a boyfriend. But I also want to say this. If you're out there and you're dating a truly beautiful woman, I'm lucky enough to not only have one, but two extremely beautiful women. If you are dating a beautiful woman, dude, people are going to want her. And it's going to be like some high-level guys that shoot their shot. And that may seem super unfair, but the good thing about being a guy is you can control everything about your life, man. The only thing you can't control is your height. You can control the way you look, you can control the way you dress, you can control the money you make, you can control how you smell, you can control how good your sex, you can control every single dynamic except your height. You understand? So with that being said, I really want to emphasize, be the best you. That's why I tell people, dude, make at least $25,000 a month before you start dating as a guy. It's not even about the money. It's about the person you become along the way and the confidence and the competence that you have, the discipline, the drive, and the motivation. You understand? Look at me. I'm a funny looking guy, man. They're not with me because of my looks. She makes $20,000 a month. She is not with me because of money. She makes her own money. They're with me because when I speak, they feel like they can learn from me. My confidence, my courage, my ethics. You understand? I just want to help people reach their potential. And if you're not trying to reach your potential, how are you going to help your queen reach her potential? So if you're out there dating a beautiful girl, get on your shit, man. Because somebody will come and take your girl and boss her up.
The one thing that I heard from him is he's like, you can only lead people to the degree that you have led yourself. And in my previous relationship, I did not feel like I was being led. I felt like I was leading, and I don't feel like I should be doing that as a woman. So that's one thing. I never cheated, but ethics all the time. So that's that. Now, do you ever get jealous? For me, I do not get jealous because, like I said, Shanice is gonna give him something that I can't give him, and I'm not gonna like change myself to be Shanice because that's just not gonna work, and that's a lot of work that I don't want to do, and it's just never gonna happen, right? So I'm not gonna like change myself to be Shanice. So I'm not jealous in that way. She's gonna give something, and she also gives something to me, and I hope I give something to her. I am gonna give something to her. I want to pour into her.
I think you guys definitely learn from each other.
No, for sure.
I don't think that anybody's just like, oh, I can't learn nothing from Shanice, or she can't learn something from
me. No, I'm learning something from Shanice for sure. Okay. And she gives something to me, and I want to pour into her. She's gonna pour into me. She supports me. I'm gonna support her. So I never get jealous because it's like beneficial all around. And like, I'm not gonna be Shanice ever. So, so basically I can't be jealous of that, you know? But that's me.
For me, do I get jealous? While I was
Be honest.
While I was on deployment, I was so upset because the only thing that I wanted, the only thought that held me together was being with my man. So it hurt just a little bit just to see memories being made without me. That was all.
Makes sense.
Regardless, I love having Olivia here. Her presence is so enlightening. She's so energetic, and there's no reason to be jealous because she is always like a ball of energy. There is no like animosity or no type of negative energy ever like going in between us, and I love her being here, absolutely.
Me too, girl.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think jealousy is a normal human emotion. I can say myself, I certainly can be jealous. I will say I never get jealous of another man to the degree. But like, I won't even say jealous, like necessarily like envious. Guys, you want to be like competitive. If I see a guy that's fly, I'm like, man, that dude's fly as fuck, I need to step it up. If I see somebody killing, I'm like, damn, that dude's killing it, I need to step it up. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, women are always going to do, people, not just women, they're always going to do what's best for them. And honestly, I only want them with me because I feel like I'm the best thing in the world for them and the best guy in the world. Not because, oh, I'm so cool. I'm not that cool. I'm not that great. I'm not that special. There's really nothing special about me. I just know that I want to help people reach their potential. So that's pretty much that, right? Want to help people reach their potential, and I feel like I'm literally single-handedly the best guy in the world to help them do that. The most ethical, the most honest, the most like loving, the most able guy to like do that, and the flyest.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so it's giving desperate.